Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Real Talk. I can't believe I'm actually making a first proper episode. This feels really weird and kind of surreal, but hey ho, here we are. Um, so I had a few ideas of what I wanted to talk about today, and well, I'm just gonna, I guess, talk about them. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was what I got up to today because I think I had a pretty good day. Um, First, I woke up in the morning. I really think that's what everyone does, not sure. And then I did a massive grocery shop because, gosh, have I been needing to do one. And I got so many cool things. What did I get? Some of my favourite things that I got from the grocery store: sweet potatoes, sour cream. I think those were my two favourite things. Oh my gosh, chocolate oat milk. If you haven't had chocolate oat milk before, what are you doing with your life? Chocolate oat milk is where it's at. And I know my mum and my sister would disagree. But I don't know, you're not living life unless you're drinking chocolate oat milk. Just putting it out there. Anyways, so after my grocery shop, I unpacked my groceries at home. I had a ginger shot for the first time. It was really good. A bit spicy, but I think I really enjoyed it. So 10 out of 10 will be doing that again. Then I had a nap, because napping is so important. I had an hour's nap. Then I went to meet my friend, Bambi. This is a little shout out to Bambi, because Bambi and I had a great day today. And we went and we did a little bit of shopping on Oxford Street. She needed to get a football because we were filming something. Yes, something. Very vague, I'm sorry, but yes, that's all you're getting. I got some flip-flops for our football tour that we're going on, which I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be really good. We saw Bego in the park. Yes, we did. That was very fun. She helped us out with our little football video. And then I came back from the park and I made myself sweet potato mash with garlic. So basically how I did the garlic was I put it with olive oil and salt, and then I wrapped it up in foil and put it in the oven for a while. And then you can squeeze the garlic out when it's done, and I mashed that into the sweet potato mash. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Then I had I know it was cayenne pepper and oregano and salt and pepper marinated chicken with a little bit of caramelized onions. Wow, let me tell you, it was so good. I am stuffed. I ate so well. Yes, that was my day. It was really lovely, and I felt really fulfilled and productive. And I do need to go to the gym tomorrow so that I stay healthy and stay fit. But oh, I don't know if you just heard my stomach. But yes, we'll see how that goes. Anyways, now I wanted to talk about where I think this podcast is going. So, first, let me start off by saying last night I was falling asleep, but I wasn't falling asleep. I had so many ideas coming into my brain for this podcast, and I was just thinking of all the special guests I could have and how exciting it would be to interview people and find out things. But I was like, what is something that would be actually really useful and helpful to other people to hear? And I think I settled on the idea that this is going to have something to do with mental health and normalizing talking about mental health and talking about your feelings and your emotions, and I guess learning ways to deal with it in different situations and everyday life, and I guess different things like that, because I think that's really important for everyone to have. And I was thinking I could have my special guests and we could talk about ways that they've dealt with their mental health, or things that they find useful for self-care or self-love, because that's also important. Yeah, that was my main idea. But I think in order for you guys to understand why that's a bit of an important topic for me, I have to sort of explain my own story a little bit. I don't know how much detail to go into. If you want to know more, just let me know. But I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself, I guess, and my mental health journey as it is. Yes, so here I go. This is actually, I think this is the first time I guess, spoken about it out loud to even myself. Sure, I talk about it, but I don't think I've ever gone through the whole story, ever. We'll see how I feel by the end of this. I'll let you know if it was cathartic or something. Yes, we'll see. Okay, so it basically started in year 9. That was when I realised that I was having these pretty negative thoughts about myself and not being enough and being disappointed in the person I was. And I think that's the time at which other people started noticing that I wasn't, having the best time that I should be having, or my mood wasn't that great, and things like that. So I started doing school counselling, and then COVID hit, and COVID in my house it just wasn't the best time, because my family and I have different ways of letting out our emotions, and the 4 of them are very much just say what you want and get it out and get it over and done with. But I am unfortunately one of those people who like to keep it all in and just implode on myself, which is obviously not a very good thing. And so that that in conjunction with being isolated from everybody else at school, especially because I hated using Instagram, TikTok, and House Party, I just felt like I was not where I wanted to be at that stage of my life, or I just wasn't doing the things I wanted to do. And so, yeah, I just wasn't having a great time. And I think it got the worst in the Easter before GCSEs when I was in year 11. That was a pretty dark time for me, but I got through it. And then year 12 started, and I was pretty good, but then towards the end of year 12, and always over the winter, I always had a harder time over the winter season. I just had my periods of ups and downs, and really ups and really downs, and I was going to therapy and doing therapy and learning all the ways to deal with it. But I think after a while, I just felt like I wasn't getting anything out of therapy, and so I stopped doing therapy when I stopped doing school. And I've been at uni and dealing with it with my mum and my friends, and I think we've been doing a pretty good job of it. I'd like to think. So that's kind of a really a really quick version of my story. Yeah, I don't know if you want to know more, but that is one of the main reasons why I think it's important to talk about mental health. Because when I was going through it, I just felt like I was so dumb and stupid for having these problems when my life was literally perfect. And I think it would have been super helpful for someone to tell me that it doesn't matter what's going on the outside. It's like, it doesn't make what's going on inside your head any less valid. I think that would have been really important to hear. And that is why this podcast is going to try and do exactly that. Like, normalize hearing people talk about their mental health, because it really is something that everybody has to deal with at one point or another. And there's no point being ashamed of it, because that only makes it harder to deal with. Yeah. And there is one more reason why I wanted to make this more mental health focused. And it's a bit of a sad reason, but I think it's a really important reason for me. And that is because recently one of my best friends passed away, and she was struggling with her mental health. And I think about how alone she must have felt, and how I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. And I just want to make a difference, and make the difference in honor of her, and in order to remember her, and to not let her passing be for nothing, because she was really important to me, and I want to show her that, even though she's not with me anymore. I just hope she knows that by doing this, I'm thinking of her, and that I love her. Yeah. But yeah, so those are my two main reasons for steering the podcast in this direction. There are obviously many other reasons, but those are the two I wanted to talk about today. And that is pretty much everything I did also want to say today. Yeah. Also, I'm sorry this was a bit of a deep, heavy little episode, but to make it end on a bit of a light note, I'm gonna tell you a funny joke I heard. I don't know if this is a bit tone deaf, but what do you call an indecisive bee? I'm actually laughing at myself thinking about it. It's a maybe. No, I actually think I'm the funniest person on this earth. If you laughed at that even a little bit, you should go tell your friends that joke. They will laugh too. I hope so. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say for today. So again, if you've made it this far, wow, you are amazing, and I want to thank you so much. And that's it from me. I love you. See you next time.